The first Dune 2 footage teases some massive revelations about Denis Villeneuve's sequel, and here's a breakdown of the trailer and what it means. The first Dune Part 2 footage and news story details have been revealed, and they tease massive developments for Denis Villeneuve's sequel. The acclaimed filmmaker tackled Frank Herbert's iconic sci-fi novel with an ambitious plan to split the first book into 2 movies. The success of 2021's Dune meant that Warner Bros. Was able to greenlight the sequel, which allows Villeneuve to tell the second part of Paul Atreides' Timothée Chalamet's origin story. There has not been a lack of enthusiasm for Dune 2's release in 2023 as audiences wait to see what happens to Paul as he joins the Fremen. Even though Dune 2 does not release in theaters until November 2023, Warner Bros. Has started the push early to raise awareness for the sequel and get audiences even more excited for what is to come. This included WB bringing Villeneuve, Chalamet, and Zendaya to CinemaCon 2023, where the first Dune 2 footage was played for those in attendance. Although the trailer did not release online, footage descriptions and reactions to what was shown have flooded the internet. There were several massively important story moments and film details confirmed through the presentation and trailer. The trailer shows us Paul and Lady Jessica in a new life among the Fremen, where we also get to see more of Zendaya's Chani, who along with Dune Part 1 stars Dave Bautista, Josh Brolin, Charlotte Rampling, Javier Bardem, and Stellan Skarsgård are reprising their roles in the second film. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Here's a breakdown of the Dune 2 footage and the meaning behind each reveal. But first, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more similar content. Let's dive in. 1. Dune Part 2 picks up immediately after the first movie's ending. Denis Villeneuve confirmed during the presentation that Dune 2 takes place immediately after the first movie. Dune's ending wrapped up with Paul and Lady Jessica, Rebecca Ferguson, going with the Fremen into the desert. This happened after Paul killed Jamis in a duel that won him protection by the Arrakis natives. Paul and his mother are led by Chani and Stilgar, Javier Bardem, into the desert as they travel to one of the Fremen strongholds. The movie ends with Paul seeing a Fremen ride a sandworm as a form of desert power, with Chani saying that this is only the beginning. The sequel will continue the story from this moment. The decision for Dune 2 to pick up immediately after the original confirms that there will not be any time jump between the events of the 2 films. This falls in line with how Paul's journey is told in Frank Herbert's book. It should also give Villeneuve an opportunity to fully explore how the Maudrib rises to power within the Fremen. Paul's entire journey in Dune 2 will revolve around how he becomes the one to lead the Fremen in a war against the oppressive House Harkonnen. With the sequel advancing the story in this fashion, the film will not need to skip over important moments in this journey. 2. Paul Atreides rides a sandworm in Dune 2. One of the biggest moments in the Dune 2 footage is a shot of Paul Atreides riding a sandworm. The giant and deadly creatures were primarily used as threats to those on Arrakis in the first movie, but the 2021 film ended with a tease that the Fremen do ride the beasts as well. The new footage confirms that Paul rides a sandworm in Dune 2 as part of his acceptance into the Fremen culture. In the book, Paul riding a sandworm means that he is ready to step up as a leader for the Fremen in the sequel. 3. Austin Butler's FEYD-RAUTHA is bald and pale. Dune 2's footage also confirmed a major change for how Austin Butler's FEYD-RAUTHA will look. He is shown in the footage to be bald and pale. This creates a stark contrast with how Austin Butler's FEYD-RAUTHA looks compared to his description in the books and appearances in other media. Herbert's novel describes FEYD-RAUTHA as a teenager with dark hair, a round face, sullen eyes, and full and pouting lips. David Lynch's Dune saw Sting play FEYD-RAUTHA, with bright orange hair, while the Dune miniseries more accurately matched the physical description of the Harkonnen prince. The reason for Dune 2 changing FEYD-RAUTHA's look appears to be so Austin Butler's version of the villain matches the physical look of other House Harkonnen members. The first movie established that Baron Vladimir Harkonnen, Stellan Skarsgård, and Glasso Robin Harkonnen, Dave Bautista, were bald and had white, gray-pale skin. The Dune 2 footage reveals that Villeneuve's sequel is not breaking tradition with Austin Butler's character, as FEYD-RAUTHA will have a similar look to his uncle and brother. 4. Florence Pugh's Princess IRULAN mentions the end of House Atreides. The Dune 2 footage also revealed the first look at Florence Pugh's Princess IRULAN and included a haunting voiceover. She can be heard narrating a portion of the trailer as she says, "In the shadows of Arrakis lie many secrets, but the darkest of them all may remain in the end of House Atreides." IRULAN's line teases the questions that linger in the galaxy about the downfall of House Atreides. The narration suggests that Dune 2 will explore the truth about how the Harkonnen and Sardaukar forces work together to bring an end to House Atreides as part of the plans by Emperor Saddam IV, IRULAN's father. Princess IRULAN's interest in the truth about the end of House Atreides will lead her to even question if Paul Atreides could still be alive. Dune 2 footage includes a moment where she asks this exact question. Considering the major role Princess IRULAN had to play in Dune 2, ranging from the political landscape of Arrakis to Paul's individual endgame, Villeneuve's sequel is already setting up the connection between these storylines. Doing so with narration is another nice touch, as each chapter in Frank Herbert's book begins with an excerpt written by IRULAN as a form of narration. 5. Dune 2 was shot entirely in IMAX. A big Dune 2 reveal to come from CinemaCon 2023 included confirmation that Denis Villeneuve shot the film entirely in IMAX. He noted that 40% of the first movie was shot in the larger aspect ratio before revealing that every scene for Dune 2 was shot in IMAX. The original movie used IMAX to make many of the film's biggest sequences look even bigger, such as the Sandworm chase. With Dune 2 scaling up the action as giant armies and sandworms take part in a massive war, it is understandable why Villeneuve pushed the sequel to use even more IMAX. 7. Dune 2 footage confirms Gurney Halleck is alive. A quick moment in the Dune 2 footage also confirms that Gurney Halleck is alive. The fate of Josh Brolin's character was left in question for moviegoers due to the events of the attack on House Atreides led by the Harkonnens and the Sardaukar. Book readers knew that Gurney did not die in Dune, while Brolin eventually confirmed that he was returning for the sequel. The quick glimpse at Gurney in Dune 2 did not reveal much about his story, but he will play an important role in the narrative, assuming Villeneuve sticks close to the source material. 8. Lady Jessica's new look in Dune 2 teases her Bene Gesserit evolution. The Dune 2 footage also confirms Lady Jessica's new look for the sequel, and the evolution that comes through her Bene Gesserit story. She is shown with blue eyes and face tattoos, matching a look she has in one of Paul's visions from Dune. This is an important glimpse into Lady Jessica's Dune 2 story, which should include her taking part in a ritual to become Reverend Mother for the Fremen on Arrakis. It is only after this transformation that Lady Jessica's appearance in Dune Part 2 changes to match Paul's vision. That was all from us today for this video, folks. See you in the next one.